Perhaps no other city in America holds as much colonial and Revolutionary War history as Boston. With plenty of music, theater, and entertainment options, plus plenty of restaurants, visitors will never run out of ideas for things to do in Boston at night. The following is a list of the best tourist attractions in Boston. Faneuil Hall, known as the Cradle of Liberty. Faneuil Hall was built in 1740–42 by Huguenot merchant Peter Faneuil as a market hall and presented to the city on the condition that it always be open to the public. The ground floor is still occupied by market stalls. On the top floor, there is a council room, which in the 18th and 19th centuries was a meeting place for revolutionaries and later abolitionists. On its fourth floor, there is the Museum of Ancient and Honored Artillery, with weapons, uniforms, and paintings of important battles. Beacon Hill and the Black Heritage Trail. One of Boston's most beautiful neighborhoods and right in the center of the city, the south side of Beacon Hill has traditionally been home to Boston's old rich families known locally as the Brahmins. Well-preserved brick homes in Federal and Greek Revival styles line its shady streets, and at its center is Louisburg Square, where the homes overlook lush private gardens. Author Louisa May Alcott lived here from 1880 to 1888. The north side of Beacon Hill is much more modest and has been home to immigrants, including a sizable African-American community, since the early 19th century. National Park Service officials offer free guided tours of the Black Heritage Trail from April through November. Christopher Columbus Waterfront Park. Boston's waterfront has undergone many changes since its beginnings as a colonial shipping port. After a period of decline for much of the 20th century, the area revived with ambitious redevelopment plans in the mid-1970s. Today, this exciting mix of residential and commercial space is connected by Harbor Walk, an attractive walkway along the waterfront, with gardens, public art, benches, cafes, interpretive signage, and access to several means to explore the harbor by cruise ship, ferry, or water taxi. A shuttle boat also operates to the Charlestown Navy Yard. Fenway Park. Known as America's most beloved baseball park, Fenway Park is one of the most famous sports complexes in the country, and even if you're not a sports fan, touring there is both fun and interesting. And sitting in it, surrounded by fans cheering and singing Sweet Caroline, is a quintessential Boston experience. The home of the Boston Red Sox looks much the same as it did when it opened on April 20, 1912. One of its most recognizable features is the Green Monster, a 37-foot green wall in left field, and the park still retains some remnants of old-time baseball, such as boards, hand-operated scoring. USS Constitution and Bunker Hill. Nicknamed Old Ironsides, USS Constitution is the oldest ship commissioned in the United States Navy and is still commanded and crewed by Navy personnel. The ship is open to visitors who can go under the table and hear about the ship's construction and actions at sea. The Charlestown Naval Shipyard is part of the Boston National Historical Park and is a short walk to the Bunker Hill Monument and Museum, which is also in the park. The 221-foot-tall granite monument marks the site of a hilltop earthen fort built by New England soldiers.